a good evening, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope. And tonight, as usual on Monday, we do our episode of the Shy Review. Hopefully, Keisha will be joining us shortly, but she was traveling, so hopefully she'll be with us shortly. But we got our recurring co-host for the Shy.
Yes,
We
sir.
on episode 8, Dwayne.
Episode 8, 2 to go after this past week. So what's up,
Uh,
Q?
you tell me, man. You had talked to me before. We talked prior to me watching the episode. Even if you told me most of it, it wasn't going to stop me from watching it. And then
Right.
like I told you, I watched it and I kind of got a different perspective than what you told me at first.
Yeah.
And then you watched it again, and then I watched it again. And I mean, the whole episode, like you told me, was in that apartment, so it kind of
Yeah.
like was, like a little dragged on. But
Yeah. You know what? It was a good episode. It did drag a little bit. Certain things like, you understood that, he sexually assaulted her. I was surprised at the physical bruises that she had. That was shocking. Um, I don't know. I mean, they didn't really show that. They showed her striking him with the chair leg. So I guess it was just assumed that he was beating her as well.
yeah,
Um, I thought the young lady that plays Keisha did a very, very good acting job this week. Because it was all about her this week, really, and about the family. Nina,
hmm
Dre, Kev, Keisha. You're starting to sense a little bit that Kev has a little bit of I don't want to say anger towards his sister because it changed his life a little bit, and now he can't do what he wanted to do because the mother wanted him to stay there and try to help get Keisha back on track and stuff
yeah.
like that. So yeah, that part of it was interesting.
So let's get to one of the scenes that we how you feel about my younger three young actors in the room getting high? Like,
I mean, that was surprising to me that they was doing it like just right there. Like that apartment ain't that big, they was just smoking it up, man. Except for Papa. Papa caught a contact, but
yeah.
Jake and Kev was vaping it up,
I was wondering because
Um,
do they call Chinese food in China,
or is it regular?
or is
Right.
it regular?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, yeah.
it reminded me, that scene kind of reminded me of what, even though they wasn't smoking back then, but it kind of reminded me of season 1 and season 2,
Right.
how they was always together no matter what. Even if like Maisha will come around, or even Keisha will come around sometime, it would always be them three no matter what. It was, and
Yeah.
being that Papa don't go to school with them again.
It was good to see them like
Yeah,
really hanging out. Yeah, it struck me a little bit that Kev was very borderline disrespectful towards his mother a lot during this episode. But I guess they all going through a lot. One thing that struck me with this episode is you find out that Nina herself went through something. I mean, they didn't explore it all the way through, but she went through some type of trauma herself. And then you also had Jada, who said that she was, sexually assaulted or what
yeah,
have you. So um, I would have hoped like the mother would have been able to connect with her daughter on a different level,
hmm
share her story, to try to help her daughter a little bit. But
yeah,
she just seemed to really be putting all her anger towards Dre, and
yeah.
again,
What's
Lena,
up? What you think about that dynamic? Like Dre and Nina is like bumping heads with
they
trying to
bumping
parent,
heads.
and it's
Yeah,
like Nina keep getting mad at her because it's like, this ain't your children type of thing. It's like she
yeah,
pulling
she
that
keeps
rank, but
saying that. I don't like that she keeps
I
saying that.
mean, that's the stuff that a lot of people unfortunately do in relationships.
Yeah,
When you're trying to co-parent, everything is good, and then when it's time for discipline or situation going on, then a person to pull like the card, like, those my kids.
yeah,
You
and it's
can't be telling
different,
me what's
right?
going on with
I
my kids.
I can understand saying that when like you're dating or whatever, but you married this woman. So
Yeah,
once you married that woman, like her kids is your kids. Y'all under the same roof. And, Dre even said that to her. Like, we married. When it become our kids and not just
Yeah.
your kids, It was,
But you know what part threw me off? Like them coming, and I respect what Jada do, but at the end of the day, Jada basically was a CNA, and like they go on to Jada asking her about counseling and when a person gets over this type of stuff. I mean, it's like they was basically until towards the end of the episode, they was basically asking Jada for professional help,
right.
and it's like like where'd that come from?
I don't know, especially when Dre told the doctor last episode that she was good because she counsels in high school. So,
Yeah.
she says she know how to handle it. I thought it was weird that Dre did have her friend come over there because her friend is a little, her friend a little out there, and I think she wanted to come more to be nosy than to offer any type of support to her.
Yo, I
Like
know you.
what's
I know you like to depart. That Emmett was the only one that could talk to Keisha. Like that.
yeah,
That was more like realistic of what
it
a lot of
was.
times what goes on. Somebody just need that friend or whatever to talk to the ear. But it was like you had told me on the phone before I watched it. It was one of them real emotional episodes. I think it probably could have been like a double episode they could have did together with last week's,
Right,
because
right.
now they only got two left, and it's like you're gonna have to crunch in a bunch of stuff, a bunch of closed out storylines that they haven't dealt with. Like it's a lot of
Yeah,
different storylines they
it's a
haven't
lot
dealt
of
with.
stuff. Like,
They got this election going on. They got the thing with Trig
yeah,
and Jake was going on.
the new restaurant being
The new
opened up.
restaurant. They got the thing with getting closure on Gemma's father, Papa's father. What's going to happen with Ronnie?
Yeah,
As
it's
we
a lot.
seen Ronnie, we did see the previews for next week. And, look like this could be it. Maybe he might be in the series again or not. And
Yeah,
like
don't
you had
know.
told me earlier, and I didn't even realize it. Ronnie's the only one that has been in every episode of The Shy.
Every episode, he
So
has not missed an episode. But it was, like I said, it was a good episode. I see a lot of people had a lot of response to it, like online. I saw a lot of people really, really saying how good of an episode it was, and it was. But you nitpick. We watch it, we do a review show, so we nitpick on certain things. There was still some things out there, like realistically, considering everything Keisha went through, ain't no university gonna take that girl's scholarship.
oh yeah, that was
You know what I mean? Not
they
after she
pulled your
been,
scholarship, but that
yeah,
was
not after she been through all that. They probably gonna try to give her more
yeah.
than less, So I didn't particularly like that, and I don't know, man. What is Dre overstepping? Or is she
I
just
don't. I,
trying?
I don't
Is
think.
she
I don't
trying to
think.
be the head
I
of her
don't think
family?
Dre overstepping. I just think for her to never had been in the series prior to this year, it's a lot of Dre.
Yeah, it is a lot of
Like
Dre.
she just came on the scene and really like she's dominated the show this season. If we really look at it, she's been a focal point in every episode. She's there. She's even been more active. Like even when she went and her and Ronnie went to the white guy's house, Nina wasn't there. It was Dre. It was Dre pursuing with the candlelight visual. Like Dre was like every single scene she's there. So it's interesting that they would introduce a new character like this and just thrust them on the scene.
Well, I just think Lena wanted to put her as the strong black woman, or maybe I hate to say it, I don't want to be politically incorrect, but she making Dre the strong black man, or trying to right now,
So
because we know what
so
it is.
so what do you think about the our boy Emmett, man, coming clean to Keisha? Like she looked at him like, boy, I
Yeah,
know you lying.
It became clean to Keisha, and it was good. Like that scene was good. It was good to see Keisha smile, and Emmett was able to do that. There was a little bit of hate on Dre's part there too. You saying that Jada your girl, you telling Nina, oh, that's my girl. She here, she offers support. But then when her son gets invited to Keisha room, she like, oh, look at this nigga.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Like
your
it's been a
friend's
lot,
son.
it's
Like,
funny, it's been a lot of little sub shots the whole season
Yeah,
at different people, even going back to the point where they introduced Dominic, which Lala plays when she said Brandon ain't shit. Like we don't even know the
right.
backdrop of
Don't even
why she
know.
would say that. Like,
And
and
they never even
Brandon,
touched it. They never
yeah,
touched on it. That's the thing. Like Lena this season, I'm gonna say Lena because she says she took a role in being like head writer this year. Like she introduced people, like the Dante character. Why even show that scene? You ain't even go
yeah,
back to that scene. Like Tiff potentially cheating with him, and then you don't never see him again. And you know how they just got rid of Sonny, man. Like not even the fact that they trying to take his shot. Well, they did take
and
his
Sonny
shot
ain't gonna
from
be
him.
in no more
No
episodes.
more episodes. So the last thing you see of Sonny was telling Emmett get all this out of his establishment. You know what I mean? So it's like she's thrown a lot this year, and she just ain't wrapping stuff up, man. It's like it's sloppy. It's sloppy. It's choppy. You know, you don't see Darnell no more. You don't see him for a couple of episodes. You don't see Triggs girl at all anymore. When's the last time you saw her?
Yeah,
You know?
it's a lot of stuff that just don't have good closure to it, and it's like, you know, where you going with this? It's like it's not like you got 10 more episodes. You have two
It's
more
got two
episodes.
episodes left. And I
It's a
don't
lot
know,
to wrap up.
like I asked you today, I don't know. I tried to do some investigative work. I don't know that it's renewed for season 4. I
Yeah,
don't see
like
it anywhere.
even like just picture this. When we first saw the Shy, Cookie got killed. I mean, Jason got killed.
Mm-hmm.
The ramifications of Ronnie being upset, seeing Cookie with the chain. He killed Cookie. So you even from day one of the Shy, you saw a connection
Right.
to everybody was connected. Now you seeing stuff going on like who is this guy that kidnapped her? Was he a track star at the high
Yeah.
school? Because it's all the same track uniform. So they were actually leading us thinking it could be her ex boyfriend, the track coach, which it
Right.
wasn't. But when did he see Keisha prior to this? Was it just at the bus stop? Like it
Yeah.
just a weird thing going on. It's like and like you said to me earlier, like Duda's mother is not going to be in the series no more. Like
Yeah. So what was the sense of that whole scene? Like I don't know. It's like I said, it's like they threw a lot at us. They're not closing it up. Like this episode with everything being in the apartment and boys smoking weed and the mother right outside the door.
yeah,
It's just and then Emmett going in there speaking to him, and now she touching on the fact that Jake is so concerned about what's going on with Kev and Gemma.
yeah,
Like, asking them if they had sex yet, and this, that, and the other. And we know that Trig put already in our ear that he thinks Jake like Kevin girlfriend. So is that something they're gonna explore down the line? Is
exactly.
that gonna be another confrontation?
And also one of the things was the issue with like Papa setting Keisha off when he tried to give her the blood money.
Yeah, they making Papa like all over the place too. Like he questioned his religion, but then he coming in the door saying, "Ain't God good that the whole family is
Yeah,
back together?" Then he referenced, guy in the room with Kev and them.
yeah,
And then why the hell would you have Papa give Keisha the tip money that he got from the person that kidnapped him?
yeah. That
Like,
just
and you had Keisha in a good place. Like after she talked to Emmett, she ate the food. You could tell she was hungry. She was tearing the food up.
everybody start coming out,
Everybody was coming out. Seemed like a happy moment. And then here come Papa giving her the money from the
and then she
dude.
went into her bag. Like, what took y'all so long
What
to
took
find
y'all
me?
so long? Yeah, you know what I mean? And then it
And then it
just,
just like blew up everything. And it's like, why would you have Papa even bring something like that up? And that's not part of his character. Another thing was, why did Dre seem so upset that Ronnie came to the house? Like they didn't even thank Ronnie. And then
and
when
no,
Ronnie told her, like, yeah, Keisha invited me. How did Keisha call Ronnie, Dwayne?
I don't know. How does Ronnie have a damn phone? Like, I'm going to go back to the fact that this man was eating chicken out of a garbage can. Okay?
So
Now he wearing suits. I know he got the clothes from Papa's father. I get all that. But where he get a cell phone from?
yeah, how did Keisha get in touch
How
with
can
him
what she sent? A pigeon with a
to tell him to
message
come over?
to come over. Like, and then Keisha getting like knowledge from Ronnie about Chicago,
Yeah, it
and
just
you
I
know she
mean,
was ready to go to college, and now she don't think she'll ever leave. And
and then he told her like, that's how this city do you.
that's how they send you
Once
down here.
once it grab hold of you, don't let you go.
Don't let you go.
Just don't drink it with the brown alcohol.
Yeah,
It just seemed real weird. Don't get me wrong, I understood it from a maybe she wanted to have him come over there and thank him and all that. But even her own mother didn't even say thank you.
yeah. I
You
mean,
know,
she opened the door for him at the end and gave him like a little bit of a smile or whatever. And, him and Kev did like a head nod thing. It's like, to me, when Dre opened that door, it should have been like, "Hey, Ronnie, man, hey, how you doing? Come in." You know what I mean? It's like Dre was almost like, "Yo, what you doing here?"
yeah, they ain't
How
even.
would you be like that towards the person that saved your daughter? You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
it just seems odd, and even to the fact of when we know the history of the Shy and understanding that after Ronnie killed Cookie, Kevin shot him.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
not everybody know that Kevin shot him, but even the cop knew that somebody shot Kevin. I mean, somebody had shot Ronnie, but
shot Ronnie. Yeah,
it's like he became. It's like between season 2 and season 3, Ronnie became public enemy number one all the way again, and and actually it should have been Duda because that was who the investigation
right.
was on. Which it brings to mind what I said to you earlier. Like even going forward, could they ever bring the cops back into it? Like
I don't think
Detective
so,
Cruz and
man.
Tucson, is they like done for the season,
I
for the
mean,
year? Like
I don't think you're gonna see them at all this season. Especially with 2 episodes left, and it's kind of weird that you didn't see them, especially when Keisha was missing. Like,
yeah,
you would have think they would have been coming, giving updates on their investigation of trying to find her or whatever. Um, it's crazy because I want it to be so good, man. Like, because you know, shows that got us on TV is important,
yeah,
and I want to support it, but I think Lena need to just go back more behind the scenes and not do as much writing and let the people that wrote the first 2 seasons like really take the lead on it, man. Because they told good stories, things made sense. This year, it's hard for stuff to make sense for me. Like, they explore stuff, then you don't see Trig or his girl for like 3 episodes, and then they just pop back up, and you don't see Gemma. Like, you see her father like briefly. It's like she introducing all these characters, but ain't going deep into them. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. It's a weird thing, and even with the Kevin and Gemma thing, like I think Kevin might be over Gemma. Like he a little kid, but at the end of the day, like she broke his trust, telling his personal business.
Right.
And when he had an opportunity, he didn't say, "Ma, I want Gemma to come over." He was like, "Could Jake and Papa come over?" And they was right
Yeah, and they
outside the
was
door, which
outside
was cute.
already, which is crazy. He already had told them to come on because he knew he couldn't leave, man. The coming attractions is interesting that him and Keisha seem to have a little bit of a riff where she was like, "I can't believe you let come out your mouth that you're not happy that I'm home," or whatever she said in the coming attractions. And
Yeah,
my favorite.
it's funny how they even like season 1. Keisha seemed like she was so much older than Kevin.
Yeah,
Season 2 is like he caught up to her. Now, like season 3 is like they're together.
right,
She actually goes to the same school with Papa because Papa goes to the regular school
right,
with him and Maisha, and Kevin goes to the private school, which is
right.
interesting.
But
They
it's
didn't
true,
show his.
like
They
you
didn't even
said,
show his. They didn't even show his which would be Papa's now, the school teacher. Which I thought the school teacher had a good positive influence
he
when
did.
he was always called Papa by his name, Stanley.
Stanley, yeah, yeah. Again, another positive black male character that she just X'd up out of there, man. I mean, I hate to like even have to assume that, but it's I want to ask Lena, like, what's wrong with you and black men? Like, for real.
Mm.
It's like you're not really showing us in a positive light at all. Like, we ain't all bad. No, we got some good in us too. Like, you need to highlight that, you know?
Well,
Um,
that could probably just be as usual. Unfortunately, that's probably just feeding right into the agenda as usual. You know.
absolutely. 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 So it was, like I said, it was a good episode. It was interesting that they didn't leave the apartment at all.
Yeah.
This episode, everybody just seemed to be stopping by. Um, did we know that? Well, yeah, I guess right because Jada was at their wedding, right?
Yeah. Jada was at there with her.
Because I didn't, because when Nina was like, "Yo, that's my people," I was like, "Really?"
It's funny because the wedding
When
actually
Dre
had
said that, rather,
the wedding. Everybody was at the wedding except Duda and Ronnie,
right?
and like our girl Tracy, which she's making an appearance back in the episode
Yeah,
now.
last two episodes she gonna be in there. Maybe it's a rekindling of her and Ronnie, which would be very interesting. Um, but they got a lot. They got a lot to do. Like Lena got a lot to do in the last two episodes. Like a lot. You got the election. You got the whole who Jake gonna be with. You still got Papa and his issues with his dad. You got Emmett with opening up the restaurant with Dom. Emmett and Tiff look like that's gonna be a problem because he's starting to feel like he said to Keisha, like, he slept with her, so he's starting to do that. Then it's Nina and Dre gonna fix stuff. Where's
Yes.
Tomas that Jada
Yeah.
was kicking it with? Like, so it's a lot. Is Ronnie gonna leave and go to Springfield with his friends now that he found
And you
Keisha?
said they're gonna be the next two episodes, the next one.
Last one,
See, then
last
that's
episode.
interesting. Like, what is they coming back? Was they coming back to get Ronnie, or
Yeah,
something
that's what I'm
crazy might
saying.
happen? Or,
So she
you
got a
know,
lot to wrap up, man. She got like a lot to wrap up in two episodes.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
because we headed for that confrontation between Emmett, Dom, and Tiff,
yeah. It's
and
coming. You know, you seen the
that's
previews
coming. Yeah,
when
you
they was
see it.
fixing up and doing some things in the restaurant.
Yeah,
Dom is letting Tiff know, like, basically, I done had your man. Like, we have a connection, and
yeah,
it's crazy. It's crazy because a lot of times people feel like men and women cannot work in the workplace together without an attraction happening. That unfortunately happens a lot. Like,
right.
and I really think Emmett wanted to be the good guy this time.
He wanted to, but I mean, hey, like we've said a few times before, when Dom first stepped on the scene, she wanted to see his joint.
Yeah.
That was the first thing. So they laid that groundwork with them
You
two
we it was
together. Yeah,
inevitable coming, right?
yeah. But it was
I would.
funny. It was
I mean,
funny.
I
Emmett,
mean, we don't know. Like you said, we don't know if they're gonna have a season four.
yeah.
But like, I like to know like a little backdrop about her and where she from, and
Where she from? Yeah, how it all went down.
like
And of
I told you,
course,
they could have introduced her as like Sonny's daughter or something.
something.
They just X my boy Sonny out.
Yeah, they just got Sonny up out of there. And it's good because the Shire also try to make you laugh a little bit, and those scenes with the three boys, and they make you laugh, and then Emmett coming in the door with his back to the door with his hand over his eyes,
Yeah, to
talking
my
about
the last
yeah,
time
he
I was
was
here,
like he was
you was
like
having a moment.
right, he was like, if you're doing anything, speak now or forever hold your peace. I mean,
Yeah,
then
that.
like she throws stuff out there like, where do you come with Emmett telling them how to conceal the weed smoke? Like, you know what I mean? He was like, what are y'all doing, man? I told y'all you got to spray, whatever. But it's like, when they have an opportunity to tell them that. Like, you didn't show any real intimate scenes with Emmett and Kev and
Yeah,
his two boys to even make that line make sense. Like, all right,
yeah,
you've been with them before, and they offered him some weed too. Like,
yeah. I want to know what I'm smoking.
yeah,
Like, it seemed odd, but it's typical season three. Season three is an odd season.
yeah. It's a little odd, man.
But we don't have to prolong the review, man.
No,
You know,
no,
it was a
no. But
slow.
it's like it was a slow episode, man. I didn't think we would even get
So what we
close
going
to
what we
30
gonna
minutes.
rate this episode? We gonna get this episode a B minus, a C?
I'm gonna give it a B minus. Like, cause I
Yeah,
said there was some real good points in there. Okay? And it was real good points for our young ladies. It's not about how you dress, what the clothes you got on, how you carrying yourself. There's no excuse for a man to violate you
that's right.
in any way. So it's good that they showed that, and then Keisha had it in her mind, let me burn those provocative clothes that I had. And even then, her mother said to her, I don't care if you walking down the street butt naked. So it's a very good message in that, man. It's a very good message in that for these young girls. Because, we a judgmental society, right? So
Yeah,
in real life, people
people
would be
start
like,
becoming victims and stuff.
yeah, in real life, they victim bashing. Ah, look at the clothes she was wearing. Oh, look how she was carrying herself. Oh, she was messing with an older man in the track coat. You know what I mean? So again, there's a good message in there.
Yeah,
It ain't about what you wearing. It shouldn't be no man violating you.
that's
You
right.
know, and if you Uncle Clifford shouldn't be. Oh, I'm sorry, that's that other show.
Hey man,
That's that other show.
you,
I'm sorry, but I'm just saying,
you got any final thoughts, Dwayne?
um, listen, I want the Shy to win. I would say that. And again, like it was a really good episode. Again, I was very impressed with the acting of the young lady that plays Keisha. Um, I don't like the friction between Keisha and Kev. I think it should be all love. Like she was thinking about him when she was kidnapped,
Yeah,
writing the happy birthday, bro. And we know how he was thinking he was going to go to the end of the world to get his sister back, going to trap houses, all that
fighting.
stuff.
Kev was being tough.
Fighting, knocking people out, at Perry's Pizza. So, hopefully they wrap that up. The Ronnie piece, hey, man, selfishly, Q, you know what I'm about to say. Selfishly, I'm glad I'm gonna see my girl back the last two episodes. She got it.
Absolutely.
We need more of her on camera. Yeah, I said it. We need more of Tracy on camera.
You're gonna get enough of Tracy, man. We're gonna close the
I
show.
love her.
Like I said, I agree with you. The episode had a good message. It
Had a
just
good
was slow.
message in there.
Maybe instead of episode 8, maybe this should have been like episode 4 or 5,
Yeah,
and it
or
should have been like a double show.
they could have
Um,
wrapped it up when like she got saved, and then this is a quick. Let's give you a quick of this. Like
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know if it should have been a whole hour, like a whole show
yeah. It just was
this
long,
because it was long
you
and
know,
it dragged
and
on.
it was more. It's crazy. It was more talking about what she'd been through, which is very important and very, like you
Yeah,
said, the message in our society. But it was more about that than about when these people get killed on the show, because they don't even do funeral scenes this long on
no,
there. So,
no,
which is
no.
interesting. But with that, man,
Yeah, we ain't gonna beat a dead horse. Hey, we got
yeah,
something to look forward to.
we're
Season
gonna
8 to see how the whole Sunny thing happens, and
we're
I
gonna
guess
wrap
they'll
this.
give us some election stuff, and
Yeah,
you know,
we're gonna wrap this puppy up. Thanks for joining us on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. And we had a nice, quick, quiet show
nice
tonight.
quick one. Yeah, no
Uh,
laughs this week. I
and
wish I could have got some more
hopefully,
laughs,
hopefully
but it
next
was
week
too deep.
we'll have another show for you guys. Take care. Have a blessed night.
Peace and blessings.